All right, so here we go. Now, my last video, I was talking about how we could, or how we should look at things. How I look at things, how I look at things. Now, I know by the end of that last video, it probably sounded like I was a little bitter about something, and I assure you I'm not. I assure you I'm not. It's just a point of reference. The main thing is, even though I went through all that crap, I'm going to use a very familiar line. Some of my best friends are. And even those best friends, those really good friends, didn't necessarily see the whole story, but they witnessed a bit. And I'm sure of that. And all of them can attest to you that I never walked around with that chip on my shoulder. But I was never a fool that was going to put itself in a situation that was going to give somebody the advantage, bait me into doing some shit. Yeah, I got arrested. It's like everybody else that was growing up on the same set that I was on. And then everybody didn't get arrested. But look, me and one of my cousins got arrested one night for unlawful assembly, and we were the only two standing on the sidewalk. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. Now, by growing up, it's right there in wonderful Washington, Missouri. I got a lot of good memories. And I love Missouri. But the people who run it, in charge, are the same mindless idiots that I was dealing with. Their offspring, so when I say them, they, Caucasian, I'm not talking about all white people. When I talk about people of color, I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about the reality of life. I'm talking about the reality of the human species. I'll be talking about the lies of religion, lies of man. I'm going to talk about all kinds of shit like that. Sociology things, philosophy things, that type of shit. I don't like to put labels on nothing. Why are you going to put a fence up if you're going to call it a field? You fence off pasture. When you fence off pasture, it's so that you can feed a particular thing. I don't want this to be a pasture. Now, I don't care if you're racist. I don't care what your belief is. I really don't. This is the only thing that I ask. Is when anybody decides to respond to anything on this page, do it by video. Want it in your words, right off the cuff. Because that's the way I'm coming. And you'll notice that from the rambling. I'll bounce around in conversation. It's like you do. That's what this is. It's a conversation. You got racist beliefs and you want to voice them, you're welcome. I'll have that debate. And hopefully others will too. But I want to talk about it all. I want to talk about it all. Because, see, the double standard is amazing. It's amazing. You can have somebody be shot down in the street for a misdemeanor and vote for a felon to be your president. You can root against abortion and wave the flag when it's time to bomb. You'll steady steal money out of the economy. Now, I'm serious here. Look at this. You got billionaires. Billionaires. What are they going to do with that money? They ain't going down to Walmart and buying no bicycle. They stuff that money in their coffers, and that money ain't never seen again. It's completely out of circulation because they ain't spending it on nothing. They ain't spending it on nothing. If you got $10 billion, what the hell are you going to spend $10 billion on that's going to stimulate the economy? Go buy you another big yacht? That ain't nothing but transfer wealth from one wealthy cat to another. Doesn't do nothing for the economy. So all this money being stolen out of the economy by all these big wigs, all these big bankers, all their constituents, all that money's being siphoned out of society, put in their coffers and set. Oh, period. Period. Yeah, I'll donate to some kind of test, some kind of exploration of another country's stuff. Yeah, we'll set up panels and analyze what's good for the poor. The enemy is never going to do anything for you or me that's going to benefit us, pacify us at best. And in turn for our pacification, the short, small amount that we get is going to be blamed on our neighbor. The only reason that you only got that amount is because your neighbor got this amount. And that's our problem. Look, I ain't talking about going and storming no fucking capitals and none of that stupid shit. None of that stupid shit. But I'm saying this, as a society, as a whole, we are the ones in control. If we so choose to be. See, we can ignore and stand beside each other on some of the injustices that we're seeing done instead of walking by. Now, I'll say this. There would be times when somebody would do something to me and the cops would wind up involved. And there could be 30 people standing on that sidewalk saying that I didn't do shit. And I'd still end up being the one next to the car. So, when those people were saying he didn't do shit, they were standing over there when they said it. When I was standing by the car going through my shit, they was back inside asking if anybody had seen what happened, what was going on. I ain't mad at them. Peer pressure. You know, what would their friends think if they were sticking up for me? What if they got arrested along with me? See, that kind of shit didn't much matter to me. If I'm with you, I'm with you. I ain't taking off running. If I see somebody doing something wrong, with you, I'm gonna be right there. I ain't gonna take off. Now, if they walk up and ask me something after the fact, I don't know shit. It's not my job to help y'all do that shit. Because I already know the shit you pull. See, people get pulled over for different reasons, right? Swerving, speeding, not driving fast enough, didn't use your blinker. And every time they pull up and walk up to that car, license and registration, you know why I pulled you over? Yeah, not really. Well, back there you didn't. You kind of crossed that center line. Well, there wasn't another fucking car within 70 miles. And you didn't see me go around that pothole? The same one you dodged? Yeah, I thought maybe it was the potholes, but license and registration. You got insurance? You got any warrants? I'll be right back. And they come back and either they got a ticket for you or they don't. And you know what matters on whether they got a ticket for you or you don't? who they called. It's all in who they called. That's why there's check marks. That's why there's labels. Because they already know when they called in, yeah, it's Mr. Smith, but it's an African American Mr. Smith. Oh, well, we probably better run a little deeper. Make a little better check. Now the judge asked me, what's your criminal record? And I told him I didn't have one. And he didn't believe me. And he didn't want to believe it. Prosecutor told him, he said, yeah, I looked. He doesn't have a criminal record. Now, if the judge, just by looking at me, couldn't believe that I didn't have a criminal record, how many did he give one to? I got stopped by a state patrolman in Illinois for loud exhaust, driving down the interstate. We pulled over. He got out, walked up to the truck. He said, I pulled you over. You know why I pulled you over? I said, no, I don't. He said, for loud exhaust. I said, loud exhaust? He said, yeah. I said, well, my truck is running right now. He looked at me like I was lying that the truck was running. I revved it up so he could hear it. And I got a ticket. I got a ticket. Because it wasn't a loud exhaust. It turned into a speeding ticket. Turned into a speeding ticket. Just enough to be speeding. Speed limit was 75 on I-55. He got me at 82. Yeah, he got me at 82. That's all right. That's why I know. It's why I know. So when I'm talking about these kind of things, that's where I'm coming from. It ain't a racist thing. This shit was baked in the cake from the beginning. From the very beginning. The distinction of a white person was created to separate the slaves from whites. Indentured slaves became white, as Trump would say. All of a sudden they're white. Not Irish no more. None of that. They're just white. That was the way to distinguish it. So I'm going to close this out. And we'll talk again. This is Quiet Elevation. Let's elevate.